Hello and welcome to the Commander Cody Podcast Live. My name is Cody Glott. I post my videos first on Facebook and then later on my YouTube channel called Toilet Topics. Today we are reviewing episode 6 of The Mandalorian called The Prisoner. It was a little bit longer episode, so that was nice. My overall takeaways from the episode, we got to see some cool callbacks to some old characters or old droids or location type things. And then we also just kind of got to see a really cool kind of escape type story. And it reminded me kind of like of an Alien or a Predator type movie. And we'll get more into that later. But we'll go over kind of like the summary of the episode. So it kind of starts off with the Mandalorian kind of landing on a space station. And on the space station, he takes a job from his old friend. His name is Ran. Has a job for him. He teams up with some other people. We have Mayfield. He's a human who used to be a former Imperial sharpshooter. We have Berg, a Deveronian. He's kind of like the muscle. We have Zero, a droid. And then we have a Twi'lek. I believe you can pronounce her name like it's Xian. I'm not sure, like Zen or something. Zane. So Rand kind of commissions the Mandalorian because he needs the Razor's Crest, his ship, to kind of sneak aboard a Republic prison ship. At first, the Mandalorian doesn't want to do it, but he kind of needs the money, it seems like, or he needs to, needs the job. So he decides to go ahead and do it. We kind of get some scenes where the crew is kind of testing him, and the whole time you're kind of getting the impression, the crew doesn't like the Mandalorian, and that the Mandalorian did something wrong on a job, because the Twi'lek kind of says, ask him what he did on this last job that he was on with us. So you kind of getting the impression that something's going on, and so, one of the things I thought was funny was, I believe Mayfield made the joke is like, have you ever seen what he looks like under the mask? And the Twi'lek says no. And he's like, maybe he's a Gungan. So I just love how, like, even in 2019, like, they still kind of poke fun at Gungans. Poor Jar Jar. They see the baby, and, man, he needs to get some better locks on his playpen or his crib type area for this baby. He needs to like make a secret compartment and be like, okay, I'm gonna store you here so that way no one sees you. So we kind of finally get to the prison, the New Republic prison ship, and it's kind of cool because this is the first thing we've actually seen of the New Republic in canon. It's kind of crazy because in the new films, the New Republic is destroyed like in the first movie. So I'm hoping this series explores the New Republic as well as maybe other series that they have in the future, because that's something. I know a lot of people didn't like the government stuff in the prequels, but it would be nice to know at least what the New Republic, just a little bit more about it. I know we get it kind of in the books, but it would be nice to see it in live action. We see some Dalek-looking robot guards, and if you don't know what a Dalek is, it's kind of from Doctor Who. They have like the kind of long eye piece that kind of like swivels. That looked straight like a Dalek to me, just floating. So it was kind of cool. Mandalorian takes out like all these droids, and they kind of don't really help him, and you're kind of still getting that sense of like, something's not right. And he even has that line, or they said, the Twi'lek's like, you're always paranoid, and for good reason. So they kind of get to the security area where they can like know where exactly the person they're trying to free is, and there's a human there, and the Twi'lek and the Mandalorian doesn't want to kill him, and they're kind of like at a standoff, and the Twi'lek kills him. Mandalorian doesn't like that. He said only droids are supposed to be on this job, so you can definitely tell he has a sense of honor compared to like Boba Fett, for example, who seems like he would just shoot you in the back. So I like that about his character, that they didn't make him just like a cold stone killer. You can kind of root for him as like, okay, maybe he takes these jobs, but he still has some honor about him. So this kind of goes into like my favorite sequence of the film. They free the Twi'lek, who's the brother, and I think his name was Shin, I believe. And then they trap the Mandalorian in a cell. he escapes. He then goes about to go back to the security area, turning down the lights to make it all red, shuts doors, kind of takes them out one by one. And throughout the episode, you're thinking, oh, he's taking them out like, permanently. But you find out at the end that he actually just, put him in a prison cell. But just how it was shot and him kind of going after him gave me that like Predator alien vibe. And I thought that was really cool, just to kind of see in Star Wars, just like he's like the hunter and they're his prey. So I really like that, style of shooting where like, you never know when he's going to attack you. And then while all that's going on, we have Zero, the droid who stayed with the ship. He's kind of looking at, he's trying to find the Yoda character, and he finally finds him again in a thing where all you have to do is push the button and it unlocks it. But anyway, he needs like a pin number on that thing or something. But he opens it. He's about to shoot him. Baby Yoda kind of holds up his hand. He closes his eyes, and you think he might be using the Force or trying to. And then the Mandalorian shoots him. Baby Yoda kind of looks at his hand, and thinks maybe he did it. Kind of fast forward a little bit. The Mandalorian gets back to the space station where he originally took the job. He hands over the brother, and then he's like, no questions asked. He pays him. He's about to leave, and then Rand kind of orders like, hey, kill him. And then the Shin, the Twi'lek's brother, he kind of notices that the distress signal got planted on him. So we get 3 X-Wings coming out of hyperdrive going to attack the space station. And we get to see Dave Filoni, one of the like kind of showrunners of the show, in an X-Wing. And I believe Deborah Chow in the other one. I'm not sure about the third one, but I'm pretty sure it was them two. At least Dave Filoni for sure was flying one of them. They go in, take him out, and then kind of we have the end of the episode. Overall, really cool episode. And I know some people have complained like there's not a few of the episodes, there was like an overall story kind of building, and then we've kind of gone off into these like procedural type episodes. But I kind of like that because, a lot of television now is there's just kind of like one main storyline and you follow it through. I don't mind, the kind of shows where, okay, there's this overall story where, hey, I'm protecting this kid. We're trying to learn its identity. But then I also go on these like little kind of side adventures. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I know some people just want, okay, I want what's going on with the Imperials and Yoda and all that, but I like these little side missions. I just wish we had more episodes than just 8. So hopefully we'll get more of the actual overall story in the next last couple episodes. Next week is The Rise of Skywalker. I'm super excited about that. I got, on the 19th, I'll be watching it in IMAX, and so I'm super excited. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts on where the story's going, or if you don't like how, like, maybe the episodes are cool, but you want the story to move forward, let me know in the comments below. Again, I post this live on Facebook in the mornings, and then also I post it later on YouTube. And reminder, I believe next week it will air on Wednesday to make up for The Rise of Skywalker coming out next week. So keep an eye out for that. So until next time, peace out.